Hi and welcome to Valley View Retreat, our wonderful home here in the Sierra de las Nieves mountains in southern Spain. It's Sunday today and it's the 20-something of January in the second year of the worldwide pandemic. It's also the beginning of the second week of our Workaway volunteers from Germany. And this week I want to show you what we've actually accomplished in the previous week since the last time I spoke to you, when we laid the floor in the tiny house. Just to say that I will be, within the next couple of weeks, doing a little talk about our experience with the Workaway volunteers, how it's worked for us, how it's worked for them, and some things that you need to be aware of before you actually sign up to have volunteers visit. Our volunteers arrived 2 weeks ago, as I said, and within a few days we went into a local lockdown. This means that we can't leave our municipality, and that has made it impossible for me to get things like the kitchen and the materials that were needed for some of the jobs that I expected us to be able to get done. So it's left us sort of hunting for other things for the volunteers to do, and we'll have a look at some of those as we go along. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. Forgive me please for the shaky camera work. I'm working on finding a remedy for that. The idea would be someone else would film it, but the other person who would film it is in bed because what else do you do on a Sunday in the middle of a local lockdown? Okay, let's get on with today's video. The first issue we tackled was the drainage at the back of the tiny house. In order to stop this from flooding, it was necessary to dig a trench and then lay some pipe in it, which would allow the water to drain when the tank overflowed or when we had heavy rain. And here you can see our volunteers very busily filling in the trench that the digger had dug, and we put the pipes in. There's Jens and there's Catherine working hard. The second issue was moving the tank that we feed the house from, and we moved that across onto a flatter area and then ran the pipe into the pump, which gives us good pressure in the tiny house. We then decided to tackle the grey water, and as Jens is a master bricklayer and well used to working with cement, we decided to build the first chamber of our filter system, and this had been dug out previously by the digger. You can see here that he's making the first chamber, and yours truly was mixing barrow loads of cement, putting the finishing touches to that. You can see that in front of him there's a big hole, and we've tested this and it holds water on its own, so we don't need to put a tank in. And it's not all just work. You can hear that the little drum going on in their campsite. A beautiful day this was. As well as working, we've managed to get out on the bikes, mountain bikes. Well, ours are mountain bikes. And we did quite a rough track, a circuit that took us about 2.5 hours. The views are magnificent. It did entail some walking or some carrying if your bike was light enough, and because of the bad rain that we've had, a couple of river crossings as well, which were quite fun. I think everybody enjoyed this day out. It was a lovely, almost like a spring day, apart from the fact that there was water in the river beds. So we had great fun. And as I say, the volunteers were game for almost anything. And bear in mind that these aren't just trails for young people. I'm 60 this year, and our visitors are both 50, so it's doable by anybody. as long as you've got a reasonable level of fitness and a bit of nerve. So I think we're coming up to the second river crossing now. Yep. Oh, we had a part where the path collapsed, so that was a tentative walk across. Then we had the next river crossing. We didn't need to get off the bikes for this. Well, at least I
yeah.
So it's been an enjoyable week, very productive. We got a lot done and got out and about for both a walk and a cycle, and the evenings have been full of music.